Yo guys, welcome back to the channel. And it's your boy KWSI AKROMAH. The name still remain the same. Okay, so guys, today we're here with two lovely giants from Africa. You understand? Yeah, I have my brother here from, Niger, and here also from Ghana. For him, I think you guys know him. He have been in previous videos as well, and he's a big man, the big boss himself. Obo, Ava, yeah,
We don't push the name, we don't come out. What to do?
so, today basically we're going to talk about just a brief conversation. I mean, meeting African brothers, we need to share some experience. We need to, talk about some things which are happening. You understand? So, we are here to share some opinion and things which will move Africa, the content itself. Okay, so Enoch, these few days, okay, there have been a lot of things happening, especially in Ghana. Okay, when it comes to raining. Okay, you have been here. What do you think are some of the causes of the flood in some part of Ghana?
For me, guys, good evening once again. For me, my opinion about this drainage system,
Mm,
flood
flood.
issues in my country now. First, I will just line up about the drainage system. We don't have a proper drainage system where, when there is rain,
Mm,
the water will just pass for
mm,
it to go. That's the first problem we do have.
mm,
And the second one, I will try to highlight on the we disposing any rubbish
mm,
that we have, improper way of disposing our rubbish.
mm, mm.
Whoever drinks something, we just want to throw anywhere we
The
want.
one, yeah,
You understand?
that's African
And
mentality.
it's like we don't care. And then someone will just say, "You see, I'm from there, and
Yeah,
it's something that I used to be in. I've been doing
yourself. So
exactly,
you
exactly." And the thing is continuing. You know something that you think that because it's not your house,
Mm,
because your house is not close by, you just leave it there.
mm,
You understand?
because you
Eh,
don't live around. So even
exactly.
if you buy a sachet water or any food item after eating, you
It
need
is
to,
just dispose it.
instead of you to put it in the trash bin.
No, we don't do that. If myself, I was not doing it.
So
Yes.
do you think it's supposed to be like a home training or people know and they ignore?
No, it is a black mind's mind.
So many some Africans or some dark skin, they're kind of thinking,
We feel about ourselves only.
oh, okay.
So it's like my solution to this problem is if we all of us are going to think of each other,
Mm.
this solution will be solved. This problem will be solved by you get my point.
I got your point,
Yeah.
but
So like I'm feeling for you that if I leave it here,
mm,
there's going to be rain, and then the drainage is going to be a problem for us.
mm.
So I should put it in the correct place. That's the best solution. So that when there's no rain, no need for someone to come and help us in the cause of this.
Don't you think that people will say it's lack of trash bin in the community? You understand? In other words, people say, okay, then I think the government or the people who are in charge of those people, those vicinity need to make sure, okay, let's say each town or each street, there need to be a trash bin where people will just keep anything, better than dropping them on the floor. Don't you think that it's one of the major reasons people leave the trash on the floor and dumping them in the gutters and a lot of stuff?
It is one of the major reasons, but I was living in a place that even the chief himself provided all those trash bins. But the thing is, we ourselves we were not willing to leave our trash in the bin. So the bin were serving as a tourist attraction that everyone some some people will just come and see that you have been there. Many people just dispose it anyhow. You understand? So I was coming from a village distance and there, but people are not willing to do it. So me, I think my solution is we should change our mentality of making our brothers suffer and feel the pain of our brothers. That if I don't throw it away in the bin and I leave it on floor, it's going to affect my brother. And in fact, if it affects my brother, it affects me.
So meaning, I think for me, I think it's lack of education.
Exactly.
lack of education. Omo,
Yes, boss.
as your brother is saying, me myself, I've witnessed something like, it's a trash bin,
Yes.
brand new trash bin on the street. And at the end of the day, you find people grabbing them, taking them away. Meanwhile, the thing belongs to the state. If you were a citizen and you see such kind of act, how will you react to that?
I always feel bad, you know. It's not, it's something that should not be done by anybody because there's a reason why the trash bin should be there.
Mm.
And I think it's will be good
Mm.
for the citizen of the state to make use of the trash bin, you know. So it's not really cool for somebody to find a trash bin dropped around on the corners of the road and you end up taking the trash bin off where it was kept.
So meaning that, so okay, let me put it that way. The government
Mm.
need to um, set a rule, or there need to be a punishment
Yes.
to those people. Or I mean, they need to just leave it like that. Or I mean, the citizens will say, "Oh, this is just we don't care. If it happens, like let it be like that." In your opinion, if you were in the government shoes, what would you do to prevent those kind of things?
I think law agencies like the police, I think they will be involved. They must be involved in things like this,
Mm.
and it's their job to make sure people obey the law
Mm.
that governs the country or the state or the area wherever they are at that point. So I think it's better they make use of the trash bin, and people need to know what they do actually because you can't just find a trash bin. Though many times, still same people they do a lot of that. You can't find a trash bin and you just end up maybe they're too lazy to make use of the trash bin. You understand?
Mm.
And sometimes they don't even think about it. They don't think about not everybody think like. But another thing comes in like we said earlier,
Yeah.
education. When you're educated, you know what this is. It's a trash bin. Of course, I should put this in the trash bin. You know. So that's another thing. But what I feel is uh, the government needs to put more effort in this issue that has to do with thrash and dirt
Yeah,
being
yeah,
littered
yeah.
around the road to make the country a better place for us. That's why when you go to more developed country, better countries like I wouldn't like to mention names of
Yeah,
country, but
yeah.
when you get there, you would feel, man, it's really cool in here.
Mm.
So but I feel Africa just need to
Wake
come up, yeah,
Mm.
need to wake up
Mm.
and do all these things, and we need to understand that, man, nobody's gonna keep the country neat and clean for us. We should do this ourselves. That's why we're the locals in there. First of all, when you make your country cool, somebody comes in and visits your country. Of course, he would want to, man, I went to this country in Africa. It's so beautiful. I would like you to come next time because it's super. So these are the things we need to do. I think people just need to know these things. Even if it's not being spoken in English, it should be spoken in the language they should understand. And and the government or whosoever who enforce the law on them should make them understand that, man, this is it. This is because not everybody understands English. English is not our first language. So that's what I think
Yeah. I mean,
about it.
you're right. I mean, whatever you're saying here makes sense. Yeah, I mean, see, if people do understand humanity, people who understand as a citizen,
Mhm.
your responsibilities. I don't think a lot of things will happen, because you will just sleep, wake up, and you feel like some things are happening even you don't understand,
You're correct.
and things which can even be prevented. But at the end of the day, you feel like what is happening. I've not been in Rwanda before, but we've seen a couple of videos, pictures in Rwanda. Bro, it's so amazing, so amazing. You just look at Rwanda, you'll be like, is this place part of Africa? Don't you think that we can also learn or copy from Rwanda?
Yes,
You understand?
right. You're correct.
Rwanda is doing marvelously well. Okay, and a lot of people today want to visit Rwanda.
Rwanda, yeah. I've never visited Rwanda before, but I've heard about things. I even think that's the safest country in Africa
Sure.
because I checked. A place like Rwanda is super.
And okay,
Yeah, man.
so you were talking about if you want to visit Africa, you need to check or search more about the country.
Yes, yes. Actually, that was what I said, and you have to check because right now a lot of things are happening in Africa, which even when you come online, you find different news headline, all in Africa, and we have a lot of countries in Africa, but each country have one issue, one problem or the other. So before you would visit Africa, you need to come online, you need to check. Oh, even if you have a country in your mind and you feel like I have this country in my mind, you need to check, you need to study, you need to understand that country, what they do in the country, what they don't do, what you would like to see in the country. If it's not there, then you change your mind. But first of all, safety first. Is this country safe for me or not? What happened about 2 months ago in this country? You check it out. Unlike other countries, a lot of countries, it's not just Africa.
Yeah.
So many other countries as well.
Enoch, what do you think about Africa and the hidden talent? I don't know if you have something to add up on what he's saying.
Yeah, I would like to speak something small about what he said. He was making a very vital point. And he made mention that before you go to any country, make sure that you make a small research about the country.
Yeah, that's necessary.
Yeah. Before I made my mind to travel, I met a man, and the man was telling me that whenever he sees an African in his workplace, he becomes very happy. Why? Because we are very energetic, and then we are having many talents that when he sees us there, we do what he's expecting of us. And even when he leaves the workplace, he's rest assured that once he sees an African there, we can make it. Which means that we have special talent. And then upon all this, you see Western part of this world, they normally come to visit Africa to do some businesses over there. So which means that when we made our mind to utilize what we have very well, we're going to make our country a better place to stay. I guess you get my point.
Yeah, I get your point. It's very important for a citizen to make good use of whatever they have. Big man, when you talk about Africa, do you think that Africa got talent? We have people who are talented in Africa. Do you believe that?
Yes, I do. We have a lot of talents in Africa. A whole lot of talents. A whole lot of talents in Africa. Even, first of all, let me start from basketball. You find out in the NBA, more people that have made it came all the way from Africa, or they were being born in another country. I wouldn't like to mention names of countries, but they were being born in another country. And you find out that these guys are more of African, they have that power, they have what it takes to get there, and they are doing better. Even when it comes to sports, you find a lot of Africans, because I don't want to say the other word, but I will just still call African, because if you find, for instance, like a dark skin in another country, they must have come all the way from Africa until that country before they were able to settle there. And have their own children. And now they will claim to be that country. But if they have to check back from where they came from, it must be from Africa. But what I will say when it comes, let me just focus mainly on Africa. We have a lot of talent in Africa, but these talents can't go far because there is nobody to push them, to support them. And the government is not willing because the government focus more on some other things that I think they shouldn't focus on.
Do you think that they don't believe in those talents?
Of course they do, but you know one thing in Africa is they believe on they believe on people with talents. They believe on them, but you know they don't. Will I say they don't care or they don't have time for it?
Or do you think it's money wise? Is it
No,
for
not
them
really.
to-
I don't want to go like I don't want to call it politics. I don't want to use that word. That's why I'm trying to skip. I don't want to talk about politics, and that's why I'm just trying to skip the whole thing and say people with talents, the governments are aware, but you know, we Africans we have a kind of mind whereby even if you're not able to do this, somebody can just get you in and put you there, and you go there and you represent a whole country, and at the end of the whole thing you get nothing. When there are other people that are there that can do better than you do, and you know that they can do, maybe because of one connection or the other, you find yourself in that role and you feel like I'm better. This is me. And everybody, some people begin to celebrate you. Some people know that, man, it's not done. These other guys should be the one here representing his country and winning medals for his country. I don't, you know, if you check some other countries, they find the best. They always want to get the best. They always want to come out and be like, in this year we won this. In this year, why? No, there's no African country. There's no, even from the whole continent of Africa, except in, so will I say many years ago or something like that.
Ancient
The ancient time. That's what I'm saying. And you know one thing, see, there's something I believe. Since we Africans stopped living the life we lived back then, the whole thing has changed for us, and we keep going down. Christianity, yes, we are all Christians. You understand?
Yeah.
But it's left for you to decide what you want for yourself.
I got you.
And then, I remember then, even with movies we've watched, the country was okay. People respect the religion because they are scared. But not until the whole thing changed. Now we don't know what to do. African is not getting better. It's, you know, and because I will not just say leaders. We have leaders, but the leaders know when you are ready to do something. Then they will assist. They can't just decide and you need to make the mind, okay, we are gonna be, we will be calm. This is what we do. You get yourself ready, then you pass the message until it gets to the top. These are the things we need. You understand?
I got you.
Sportmen, we have good sportmen. We have a lot, but what's going on? I just feel I still have that pain in my heart that I pray that one day Africans will wake up, because I don't understand Africa for now.
It's a big thing. We need to, let's say, a big change. We need a big change. Yes. The change cannot be the government only. It needs to start from home. You know, if in a community we have the small family, right? The nuclear family, then we have the extended family. Before we go to the society and others, the chiefs and others. So I think we need to start from that our home. Okay, then we grow little by little for the entire society. Then it goes to region and the entire country. And look, you heard Omo said a lot of things. So the talent in Africa, is it going waste, or we don't have it at all?
For my side, I will not say we are going waste of the talent we have, and I cannot say we don't have talent. We do. But the problem is, one thing I've noticed is that because some people disrespect those who are leading,
Mm.
even if there's someone down there
Mm.
who is having the talent to help, he's afraid that when he comes out, there are some people out there who are going to insult them. Let's take, for instance, our leaders. In any way, there are shortcomings coming from anywhere in spheres of life. We make mistake and they do many mistakes. But whenever they are trying to bring some things up to help we, the young ones, are down there, or they are pen pals, we, the young ones, we begin open just the camera and begin to insult the
People.
idea, and not knowing that they are the one leading us. If someone is leading you and want to bring something better, and you are insulting the person just gets angry and do the thing the way he or she wants. So I think that if we bring to our mind that no matter what, whoever we choose as a leader is acting, we should give that respect to the person, support the person. We've traveled to places that whenever even, not even a president, the person might be a chief who is acting as a president. No one can talk when he talks. You cannot even stand somewhere and utter a comment. But we comes to our African countries, and whenever a president stands out to make a state of nation address, you will hear some comment under after.
A whole lot of
Yeah.
insult.
So for me is if we try to respect those who are leading us, our talent will not be hindered, because if you respect them, when you also get there, you'll be respected.
Sure. We need to try and respect our leaders instead of we abusing them and accusing them wrongly. I don't think it's helping the nation. I mean, imagine, see, so far as a person is a leader or a president, the same person can be your father or your mother. It's like your father refusing you to give you a school fees. Who are you to insult your father? So if a president or someone governing a country say, I'll build you this, and due to one or two reasons, it's not happening, why do you have to insult? So sometimes I just feel like Africans, are we having this unity? I don't know. Do you think that we have this unity among ourselves?
Yes, I think we do. Yes, sure we do. But the only thing I feel it's uh, all Africans just want the best for themselves, but as well they still recognize every other Africans. Yes, we are all from the African continent, but everybody wants the best for himself. That's what I feel. But if we all in Africa, maybe for instance like a country, can maybe you feel like this guy is better than me, and he will represent this country for something better, and you know fully well he's better than me, and no matter how much you try, man, I can't get up to this guy. Why don't you give him the chance to go and do? But we Africans, we have that mind like, why you go?
Why not you?
Why not me?
By him?
Yes.
By her?
So it's not really nice that way. But you find out in some other countries, these guys they pick the best. They screen the whole state to make sure they have the best people that will represent them and make sure they come first. But we in Africa, for like, for example, maybe football, or what other sport do they play as a team? Basketball, things like that. Volleyball. Sometimes they don't go out to screen. Even if when you give when even will I say the government or whoever or sport how do I put it? Like even when they give out money, okay, man, I need you, scouts, I need you to go out and get the best team that will represent. And these guys just put the money. That's
The profit.
will I say selfish interest for themselves.
Yeah, I do understand. Everybody thinks that they have their own problem, and they need
Yeah.
to find. Okay,
Yes.
this is my government in
Mm.
power, so I need to make sure that again. I think that is the mindset.
Yes, that's the
But
mindset, and it's not really cool because see, the first thing we in Africa need to know is we need to show ourselves. See, if you can show yourself, I'm okay. Somebody looks at you and man, this guy's okay. He also says, okay, if you're okay, I'm okay.
okay, yeah.
Then somebody comes again, and if you two are okay, I'm okay. Then before you know, the whole country will be super cool.
Mm.
We don't look onto the president, the government, the leaders, the chiefs. No, these guys are looking onto us as well to see if we can do something that they will say it's cool for them, then they would support more. You understand? That's just what I understand from the whole thing.
Mm.
So African, we got talent. We are the best in whatever we do. We are smart. We are smart thinkers. We are strong. You know,
A lot of stuff.
a lot of
So,
things.
Enoch, do you agree, or do you accept that Africa had this what do you call the unity among themselves?
Yeah, it's obvious, and it's obvious even here.
Mm.
Like he's from Nigeria, I'm from Ghana, but we are now here to discuss about our country. So that fact itself tells us all that we think and we have that unity among ourselves, and we even reason more and much better for our country. So it's cool. You understand?
I get your point. And my last what do you call last word, okay, or last question I will ask you: when you are moving to other African country, okay, do you think it need to be borderless? You need to move freely, or you need to assume that you are from Nigeria, you want to move to Togo or Cote d'Ivoire. Do you think it's necessary for you to get a visa, or then to stamp your passport before you enter? I mean, what do you think? Is it very important, or there's no need for that? So far as you all are Africans, or you live in the western part of Africa.
To me, I will see. We have in the African continent, we have the Western Africa, we have the Eastern
East
Africa,
Africa.
we have the Southern Africa, just like that, the Northern Africa as well, and many, most of these African countries in the African continent, they speak different language.
Languages.
Some speak a similar language whereby they understand themselves. Some speak a different one as well. So, but if I will say, okay, since I'm from the western part of Africa, I will say if we all have the Western African passport, like for instance, I think they said it's ECOWAS.
ECOWAS, yeah.
When you
ECOWAS.
have the ECOWAS passport, it should be okay to move, to travel.
The entire West Africa.
Yeah, the western part. I wouldn't say, because I wouldn't say the whole African continent.
At least by the West within.
The western first. The western should be what I should talk about first. But if you will be traveling, of course, there are some. Of course, you would get to the borders if it's close by land, because not all African countries you can. I think you can actually go by, but some you have to go through the forest and things like that. It's not as close as we think it is. But the only thing I would say is, yeah, it's okay. If we would travel, but you should travel for a reason. You won't just decide, I want to travel, I want to move on to this country. You have no reason, because there's no country that wants somebody that would not come in to invest or to support. So I think there should be a reason before you decide to get your backpack and travel. But I think it's okay. If it will be like that, then it's okay.
So, Enoch, what do you think? Is it necessary for, West Africans, or those who have an ECOWAS passport, okay, if you want to travel to any nearby country, to get stamped in your passport, or we need to just move in freely?
For me, you just explain more about that, and security is most important thing. And as far as you are moving from your country to another person's country, there might be some rules and regulations you don't know.
Mm.
And there might be some procedures you must follow.
Mm.
So from me, before you move, even from here to another state,
Mm.
there should be a proper procedure you have to follow. There should
Mm.
be a stamp showing that I'm from here, I'm going here for this purpose.
Mm.
Because if it's open like that, there are
No
many
record.
things. Yeah, there are many things that are going
Mm.
to happen. Someone will just come and do kill, do steal, and then you
without
know
without a proper record,
you get my
data.
point. So even if I know there's a economic community of West African states, ECOWAS, we do have a coordination. But even if you are moving from your country to any ECOWAS state, there should be a proper procedure layout
Mm.
before you can move there. Because if that doesn't happen, many crime
You have.
are going to happen.
So this what our brothers are saying. This is your opinion. I mean, guys, we thank you for supporting the channel. Okay, we need you guys to keep subscribing, share, like. At least the more you watch, the more you share our videos you like, will empower us to give you more content. And I said it earlier that it's time for us to take you or take you around the UAE where you have not been. Even you're going to Africa, to show you Africa. So, guys, please share, subscribe, and like. Thank you for watching.
This channel is number one, and it's